chorus of America crying out for relief. Now, I don't know what a gallon of gas cost up on Capitol Hill, but we sure know what it cost down here in Realityville.
And hello, everybody, and welcome to the Captain's America Radio Show today. Wherever you're listening to us from, we certainly appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to listen to the program today. And, of course, you can check out our website, thecaptainsamerica.com, and don't forget the daily podcast at thecaptainsamerica.podomatic.com. Joining us right now is Don Beldoff from FloridaOil.org. Don, how's the oil today?
The oil seems to be okay. The market was closed yesterday, so it doesn't appear to have changed.
Well, it will today, in news coming out of Saudi Arabia, amongst other things, but $74.58 a barrel is what it was when it closed on Friday. But right now, Saudi Arabia and Mohammed al-Saban, who was the leading climate talks negotiator at a world conference, says that the country is working to become the top exporter of energy, including alternative forms. But here's the bombshell he delivered yesterday. He said that world oil demand could peak in the next decade and that his country was preparing for that eventuality by diversifying its economic base. What do you think?
I think that they're trying to send a message to the U.S. that we may be losing some of our strength in the market.
Well, it also has to do with the dollar, the value of the dollar, the value of the euro, and the fact that these oil-producing countries, as well as a number of countries around the world, are not buying what they're seeing coming out of Washington, D.C. in terms of economics.
Yep, I don't blame them. I agree with that. I don't think that the current administration and the previous administration, for that matter, let people get away with a lot of things that hurt our economic status. And, I just don't think they have a clue of how to get back to where we were. And, part of that has got to be to, lower taxes on businesses and people and let the market take care of itself, and also to go after our own energy sources. Buying energy from other countries when we have so much abundance here is just crazy, because we're just, we're taking our wealth and we're passing it to other countries. And, there's only three ways to create wealth, and that's to grow something or to pull something out of the ground or to build something. And, we're paying people not to grow things. We're keeping them from pulling stuff out of the ground, and we're losing manufacturing jobs. So, no wonder our economy is going down and no sign of it coming back up.
Well, I'm going to take you back to a time when I was a small-time town assessor. I started out being a town assessor by going to tax grievance day, and I had a new property, a new home that was built, and they taxed by Jesus right out of me, and I said, boy, this isn't right compared on the other homes that were here that were built in the last year or two. And I took a look at what the appraisals were, and mine was 2.5 times higher than anybody else's. So I got all my facts together, did the dimensions, took pictures, etc., went to tax grievance day, won my case, and got my taxes reduced to where everybody else's were at. Well, in the process, the chairman of the board says to me, he says, we've got a person retiring and we're going to have an opening, and you seem to know more about this tax thing than we do, and we'd like to have you come on board and fill out the term, and if it's something you like, maybe you'd like to run. Well, to make a long story short, I filled out the term. I ran unopposed. I was endorsed by all three of the political parties. I actually ran as a conservative and was endorsed by both the Democrats and the Republicans, as well as a conservative party. And they wound up electing me chairman of the board, chairman of the town board of assessors. And the very first thing we did, Ronald Reagan, of course, had come along at that time, we rolled back our taxes, followed the lead of the federal government. Everybody's taxes went down, including the businesses. We gave new businesses that came in a 3-year moratorium on taxes. That was nothing for the first year. Second year was 50%. Third year, they were at full assessment. And not only did we attract new businesses, but we brought in a Walmart supercenter and shopping plaza and developer, which put the township to work, if you will. It's a smart move. The government's not doing it, and I don't get it.
Yep. Well, it's been proven through time that if you lower the rates, you increase the revenues. And to me, the rates are just bragging rights. What I care about at the end of the day is how much money do I have in the bank account. And you can put more money in the bank account by lowering rates, then, I don't understand why these people aren't doing it, but it's just not their train of thought.
Now let's talk about FloridaOil.org. FloridaOil.org is all about taking our own oil out there in the Gulf and over on the ocean side and using what we've already got. We don't necessarily need to drill anywhere else other than where we already are. Take advantage of the Submerged Lands Act, build a refinery in Florida, and we will immediately save every man, woman, boy, child, dog, cat, whatever, an alligator too. We will save them all money in terms of transportation costs by having our own refinery here in Florida instead of having to depend on the likes of Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi. Is that not right?
Absolutely. Plus, we're running those refineries up there at 100% capacity, and you just can't do that and sustain it. And, so we're overburdening our infrastructure as it is. And you hear, all this TARP money supposed to go to rebuilding our infrastructure. I think that, refineries are part of that infrastructure, and we should be doing that too so that we can get it down to about 80% capacity, and we're not working them so hard.
Well, Don, what you need to do is you need to find out how these other organizations are getting grants, like the alternative energy compost facility we hear that's going in up there by Port Manatee, and you need to exercise that route expeditiously so that you can get in on some of that while it's still worth getting in on. And other than that, what else is coming up this week for Florida Oil?
Well, Saturday night, we're going to the Lincoln Day dinner, and going to see Ann Coulter, and we're kind of looking forward to that. She's an interesting person, and fun to watch and fun to listen to. So we're really looking forward to that.
Well, see, as a member of the media, I'm able to get into one county's Lincoln Day dinner for free as an invited guest and member of the media. And the county that you're speaking of, and we both know where that is, they want to charge us full price to come in there. So I've drawn the line and said, hey, if it's free somewhere in one county, it should be free everywhere. I'm not going.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, it cost us a pretty penny to go, but...
Yep, I know. And, Don, FloridaOil.org is the website, and the petition that's there if people want to get involved, and also the website, people can tell their friends and send people there, and, of course, they can hear people via this broadcast, and I think you have either got or you're putting a page up there with all these different interviews, right?
Yeah, I'm putting a page up there. I worked on it on Thursday and couldn't get the audio part to function. I'm going to have to get together with the tech support guys from Yahoo to figure out what I was doing wrong there. But I should have that done by the end of the week.
Okay, folks, he's Don Belda, FloridaOil.org, and we'll be back with more right after this. Don't go anywhere. Hi, folks, this is the Captain. I'd like to thank everybody tuning in on our radio station affiliates via SiriusXM satellite, shortwave radio, the Accent Radio Network, and the Internet, wherever we're heard. We appreciate all of you tuning in. And we also salute all of our military veterans who are serving or have served America, along with our EMS, firefighters, and police for keeping America free and safe for all of us. The Captain's America continues.